Welcome back into the Enrichment Sports Source. This segment done by a group that's been with us, like all of our sponsors. They've been with us for many, many years. Fast Frame. FastFrameKnoxville.com is their website where you can see the work they do. And they do tons of it like this. Any color you might have. Now, that's a autograph from Dwight Gooden of the Mets. Of course, they wore orange and blue. Now they wear black, but orange and blue in that photo. So, what are you going to do with the frame? Well, they got a black frame with orange in it that brings out the orange in the photo, and then they put a blue mat on it. Whatever colors you've got, whatever team photo you've got, take it down to Fast Frame. They can turn it into a piece of art. They do great work. All right. Back with Sterling and Bobby. We got Vince and Chuck over at the big board, and we're going to take a look right now at the run offense, guys. 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. Tennessee's rush offense.
1. Yeah, nothing going from Rajon Neal especially. A little bit from Marlon Lane. Josh Dobbs in the zone read. They didn't do it enough. Got an offensive line, the high pads like you talked about, a 1.
Yeah, and the painful part of that is it's a line of scrimmage league. You're on the road. This was the stat you had to win, and you essentially lost it by 250 yards. I have a hard time giving them as high as a 1.
Okay. Guys, rush offense. You had 24 carries for 94 yards, average less than 4 yards a carry, and Josh Dobbs was your leading rusher.
That's what I was fixing to say. If you could give Josh Dobbs
his own grade,
we'd be a little bit higher, but I can't give him more than 1 either.
Sterling?
Ditto, 1.
Wow.
Ditto.
Sterling doesn't get a lot of 1s. That's a 1. All right.
That's unfortunate.
Run defense. I will start. Who started that one? You started that one?
Yeah.
I'll start with Chucky here. Run defense, 54 carries for Missouri, 339 yards. Matty Mock went nuts.
Yeah, I mean, again, the quarterback scrambles, and on that touchdown run that you mentioned, they totally schemed A.J. Johnson out of the middle by splitting the running back out. It was wide open. Again, I mean, I think it's a 1 when you give up that much yardage.
Yeah, it was multiple backs too. It was 3-4 different guys plus Mock on the scrambles. They got to the perimeter in plenty of time and slow developing plays and still got through the defense. I have to give it a 1.
All right, another 1 right there. Bobby's not.
You need time, don't you?
Yeah, it's just going to be quick. 1. It's pretty easy. All right, 1. What you got?
What's unfortunate about the run defense is that I think they would deserve a 3 or maybe even a 4 had they not had the errors in blown assignments, and that just gives you an idea how big of a difference a couple of inches are in the game of football. And because of that, I have to give them a 1 because of the blown assignments and give them the big gas runs to Missouri.
And again, Missouri yesterday, another straight 1s. Missouri had 5 different players with 13 with rushes of longer than 13 or more yards. Sorry, 5 with rushes of 13 or more. Pass offense. I'm going to come over here to Bobby. I'm going to throw our director off and go to Bobby first. Pass offense, 61% completions, 240 yards, 2 interceptions. Josh Dobbs and the receivers.
You have to take off for the receivers and everything, but I'm going to give this strictly for Josh Dodd and what he did in the passing game. I'll give him a 3.
3. That's all for Dobbs. Sterling.
I will say it too because I think Josh Dobbs did what he can do in the game, and it's unfortunate. It's a passing offenses, quarterback and receivers and guys being able to catch and lineman block, and I think he was under too much duress, and I think that's certain things that can up that grade next week as they get better.
All right, guys.
I would feel good with a 3 on what all they were accomplished on the pass offense.
I'm just that Smith drop. And the North losing 1 in the lights, okay, that can happen. But if one comes across the middle and you got an empty, you got to walk into the end zone to hit you in the hands, you got to catch that. That one, I think, knocks it down from a 3 for me. What do you got, Vince?
Yeah, I'm going to go 2, and you guys mentioned a lot of the key points. Another thing is very predictable, a very short passing game, and couldn't connect on the deep balls. So like we saw from Dobbs, but it's got to be a 2 in my opinion.
All right, Sterling, I'll start with you. Pass defense. Missouri was completed less than 50% of their passes, just 163 yards passing and 6.5 per attempt. But 3 touchdowns and 1 horrific bust.
That's another thing. The game of football, inches mean a lot. You got a situation where the pass
or
defense.
in that bust case, 15 yards means a lot. But anyway.
Well, that's a lot of yards.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate because of the mental errors. The pass defense goes down from what the stats say should be a 4 all the way down to a 1. Because we gave them 17 points. We don't give them those 17 points. We're still in the fight in the fourth quarter.
A 1 from Sterling. What do you got?
I have to go with my good friend Tim Priest. I was listening to him on the radio broadcast, and he said when that guy caught that ball in the end zone, he said, I had never seen anybody that open. I mean,
Ever.
So I'd like to give them a 2, but I'm going to say 1.
I mean,
Stats say, look, stats are better than this,
Yeah,
but
stats are.
and even on their first touchdown pass for Missouri, the slip screen, you had at least 5 defenders, maybe even 7, in position to make the play. Nobody can make it. And then you had at least 2 big-time busts, no communication back there. I mean, 1. Got to be a 1 to me.
Let's not forget Missouri dropped a touchdown pass earlier. LaDainian Washington
right.
had one. And then on the Dorial Green Beckham, quick slip screen where he scored. Cam Sutton was late to react, and he went through the entire defense. I got to give him
Listen to
one.
Vince. I
another
mean,
one. Tally them up, boys. I want to show folks we usually do the keys to victory, and there they are. These are always key stats. You look at who first and 10 plays only. First and 10s, 4+ or more yards, trying to stay on schedule. Missouri did about half the time. Tennessee was about 1 out of 3. Third down conversions, just terrible for Tennessee. Absolutely terrible. Missouri better than 50%.
10 of 19.
And then you see the turnovers. I mean, that's killer. So the keys to victory added up to a 31-3 loss. What do you got for a stat? Ooh.
Our lowest score of the year by at least 5.
Step back a little.
22.
Let's let them get a
22,
there.
yes.
Yeah, 22. That's worse than the Florida score, worse than the Oregon score, worst performance of the year. So say we. All right. When we come back on the Enrichment Sports Source, hey, we're over here. When we come back on the Enrichment Sports Source, we're going to look at Auburn's offense. Will Overstreet doing a 2-minute breakdown of what's so tough about a hurry-up. Will playing at home help the Vols? That's next. Come on back.
Miss an episode of the Enrichment Sports Source? Catch up online at sportsource.tv.